Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwell in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, or Chahakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us the truth, that rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the 1/3 men, women, and children of Israel, and to the Israelite foreigners who has the appearance of the heathens, but their lineage, their seed line from their fathers goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. This is the brother Habashai Abadia, GMS Chicago. And you see it. Proud Edomites, so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man. You know, this is how they feel. All right. This meme here says back-to-back World War champs. Okay. Hey, but you know, it's funny how they lost that war in Vietnam. All right. Hey, the Viet Cong, man, whooped Americans with sandals, man. All right. But anyway, that's ain't about that. But since the 60s, man, Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man, has been falling, man. And, you know, they're pretty much bullying the whole world, right? They're divided, all right? EU and NATO, they're divided. And those same allies are going to turn on them, all right? Then this is a proud statement. But what this devil didn't realize is that it was the Lord that built him up. All right. Because the blessing, his temporary blessing, was that he got the fatness of the earth and he rules it with the sword, roughly paraphrasing that Genesis chapter 27, verse 38 on down. All right. But that temporary blessing, we're at the end of it. All right. The triumphant of the wicked is but for a moment. Right. So yeah, this is a very proud moment, and these devils are very proud, and it lets you know that they run the earth. Okay, Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, so let's grab real quick here the infamous Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. That's a rhetorical question. Well, through the scriptures, though, I'm going to show where and who is he. This is Malachi 1:4. And it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. All right. When they came out of the Caucasus Mountains. All right, because they were ran up there, man. They were chased into those mountains, man. All right, for like a 1,000-year period. That's that Revelation 20. Okay, that chain was put on him. The devil was bound. Okay, for 1,000 years in those caves, man. And then they came out and and what happened after that? The Renaissance period, right? It says, but we will return and build the desolate places. Renaissance means rebirth. All right. And it's not a coincidence that that convention or whatever memorial that they had for Captain Kirk, you know, it was in Phoenix. All right. So these are little rituals and things that they do, man. All right. That when you go into the Phoenix, it means the bird that rises out of the ashes. And Renaissance means rebirth. And that's what that Stephen Miller, White House, he's like a White House correspondent. I think I had pulled him up. Yeah, White House Deputy Chief of Staff. All right. So that devil was up there mad as hell, man. They're terrified too. Okay, they're in terrors. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the Lord of armies, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. And Lord willing, I'm gonna do a video on that Stephen Miller guy. All right, just off his words. All right. So now we know that who that is. Hey, because what did he bring up? He said that they were the that pretty much they were the Greeks. Okay, that's the whole saying that civilization started with the Greeks in Athens. He was saying, all right, they are builders, and you did do that. All right, the Lord allowed you to do that. All right, he said that they were the dragon. Okay, and they said that he said that they were out the caves, right? But when they dropped Fat Man and Little Boy, all right, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the atomic bomb, hey, that's when they were dominant throughout the earth, and they still hold their powers even to this day. All right, the Babylon's military is up there, man. All right, but the Lord's getting ready to tear all that down. Let's go back to Obadiah and jump in these scriptures. I'm gonna start at Obadiah 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. All right, and we do not know that Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, they are the red Hebrew Edomites, man. That is their lineage, man. But Stephen Miller wasn't gonna say that on that stand. All right, they want to go with self-proclaimed white. All right, so play on words, it's a social construct. There's no such thing as white people, and there's no such thing as black people. All right, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, the ones who seed line goes back to Jacob, right? Because it's all about who your father is. Okay, you can look like Wesley Snipe if your seed line goes back to Edom, you're Edom, man. Don't matter how you look. Verse 2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. All right, so everybody is figuring out these 1948ers. All right, you self-proclaimed white people, nobody looks to you for anything. All right, you're pretty much the cancer and the parasite of the earth. Okay, it says thou art greatly despised. All right, and you talking about you're gonna make your grandkids and your great grandkids. Well, y'all can't make any kids according to the stats that y'all always want to bring up. All right, opioid laws. All right, you can't produce children. This is the point. Verse 3, it says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwell in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's clear indication that they're from the mountain. Their second home, Caucasus Mountains, that they went to in those rocks. All right, and their first home is Edom, man, Bozrah, okay, which is modern day Petra. All right, somewhere by Jordan. Okay. Verse 2, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, who mascot is that? And though thou set thy nest among the stars, all right, they're space stations, all right, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's why they got that space, what you call it, the six brand of the Air Forces, pretty much branch, the sixth branch, which is the Air Force. All right, well, Space Force, I should say, Salakia. Okay, they're trying to fight the Lord, man, but they're gonna fail miserably, man. In America, their home, which is, in the scriptures, it says Basra, all right, Babylon. Okay, it's not gonna say America in the scriptures, all right. It's parabolic. Okay, let's grab the book of Nahum. Nahum 3, and I'm gonna start at the top. It say, woe to the bloody city. Okay, that's what you did. You shed the blood of the so-called Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, all right, the Reubenites, okay, Judah, during your slave trade, okay, with all the atrocities that you did to the slaves, all of the Israelites here in this land. It said it is full of lies and robbery. Okay, even to this day, the prey, the prey depart not. The noise of a whip and the noise of rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. And that's when you go into Revelation 17 and 18, that's America, Babylon, man. All right, that whore. Okay, and everyone is drunk off her wine. It says the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms. All right, that greenback, that dollar. All right, it says, and families through her witchcrafts, man. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. All right, they're being revealed now, according to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, that's why Stephen Miller came with that speech like that, man. Okay, they're being exposed. Their skirts is lifted up, man. Looking at the little 2 inches of thunder. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And hey, this is how you know this is the spirit of Cain too, man, because Cain said my punishment is too much that I can bear in Genesis 4. All right. And that's what they're feeling. So what is he going to do? He's going to go to his next blessing, the sword. All right. This is when he's going to come after us. All right. But guess what? You got other things to worry about because you got Russia, China. Okay. You got the so-called Middle Eastern countries, Ishmaelites. All right. Who you call Arabs. Hey, everybody on your ass, man. And in 1 hour, this bitch is going to burn, man. Babylon, a.k.a. America. Okay? And the Lord is going to do it. Because the Lord is the father of all spirits, man. And man's goings is of the Lord. The Lord is going to put the hooks in Russia mouths to shoot those nukes at this place. It says, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. All right. Why the Lord gonna do all that for? Well, let's grab Joel 3. It says, for behold, it's like it, Joel 3 and 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, all right, the southern kingdom and northern kingdom that are joined together, that was oppressed together here in the Americas. All right. What's that? Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment, okay, and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, nobody else, right? Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, okay? And that is the Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, we were scattered, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Okay, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. So World War III will be happening because of the Israelites. It just tell you that right there. Okay, all of them going to come there for World War III, just like the speech Ronald Reagan said in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. Suppose an outside force. Okay. Hey, they read 2nd Esdras 13, man. That give you the whole breakdown. Let's grab Revelation 18. And I'll start at 5. It says, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. All right. And Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her doubled according to her works. in the cup that she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she glorifieth herself, back to back world war champs, huh? How much she glorify herself and live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, because that's what you do to a whore. For strong is the Lord Yahweh power, who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who had committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. All right, because America is the cash cow for the world. Verse 10, it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. All right, and that's them steam line ships, man, that ship them containers back and forth. All right. So yeah, and this is how you know this is a future Babylon. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, because Babylon is modern day Iraq, and there's still people over there living right now as I speak. Okay, and that's the spirit, man. A fire truck is wailing right now. Call on him, y'all, but y'all shy. They're talking all that shit. This is Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. All right, so in that speech, man, that Stephen Miller guy, he was bragging what they build, and we can't do. Hey, he was talking to the prophets, man. All right, I speak as a man, but hey, I feel he was talking right. Not even the prophet. He's talking to Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Because these people are the children of Satan, man. They're adverse of righteousness, man. Okay, look at how they run their world. It's totally contrary to the scriptures. Yet they say they're Christians, but they do everything opposite. Continuing, it says, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee. Hey, what did Joel 9:24 say? The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, right? Given. He didn't earn it. It says, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Okay. Let's grab this real quick. The book of Daniel 4:17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomso he will, to give to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men. And Esau is the most lowest of all creatures, man. Even the animals, man. Okay, he's the beast, man. Okay, let's finish this off with because hey, like it tells you in Isaiah 14, man, they say, hey, is this the man that destroyed kingdoms? All right, hey, America's gonna be hit with the besom of destruction, like it tells you in Isaiah 14, man. Now let's end it off with this here, my cherry on top scripture, 2nd Esdras 6:7-9. It says, then then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. All right, that word world goes into eon, which means an age. The end of Esau's kingdom, the end of so-called white supremacy, the end of Edomite supremacy. Okay. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So, hey, according to what's that? Isaiah 34, this place is going to be a desert, man. Nothing but desert creatures over here. Okay. A remembrance of what not to be, man. All right. Hey, and it says Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. That is the kingdom that will be on earth, like the Lord's Prayer say, on earth as it is in heaven, ruled in righteousness under Yahweh Yahweh Shai, King David. All right, and 144,000. So hey, yo, back to back world war champ, proud talk. Hey man, that's gonna come to naught in 1 hour. Shalom.